For many years I was seeking asylum in the bleakest.
We started work on The Calling in 2001. The majority of it was written in 2002. We brought it out in 2003. The Calling was definitely our breakthrough record. In that we sort of went from sort of almost a pub band, a pub group, to playing festivals and actually selling records independently. So yeah, it sort of changed everything for us, especially when 2 tracks got picked up by Triple J, Dumb Enough and Nosebleed Section. The majority of the album was produced on my parents' computer through my mum's ghetto blaster.
One speaker, wasn't it?
One speaker as well. That's why a lot of the beats are mono.
His nickname is Keyboard Mono Matt.
Only got his second year a few years ago.
Yeah, it was made at my parents' house in a little room on their computer.
We open up The Calling with the line, "Let me introduce myself. Raised them beers, been doing this for more than 10 years," and it kind of, I guess, became a little symbolic because up until that point we'd been doing it since we met in high school, sort of over 10 years ago, for kicks and putting on our own shows and that type of thing, and I guess building up our reputation, sort of doing really small shows interstate and dragging friends from around Adelaide to sort of come see us. And The Calling became a bit of a turning point for us. The launch in particular for that, we did it at a nightclub that used to be around in Adelaide called Planet Nightclub, which we filled with about 1,500 people, which for us was amazing there. And
we got 2,000.
The 2,000?
2,000.
It's huge.
Yeah, and they locked the kids upstairs in cages.
But that was huge for us. For like,
yeah.
For us, that was like crazy.
I think before that, our biggest show we'd ever put on, we got like 300 heads to us, so that kind of blew us away. And
it was our first album that introduced us to a lot of people, and in that before everything we'd been doing, I don't feel we'd found our feet yet.
Most definitely, I think it was our first album in some senses that we certainly came to our fore in our skills as producers, DJs, rappers. You know, I think our sound sort of finally became ours around that album.
The line, "Thanks to hip hop, I've got a bed in every state," had significance around then because we were basically a smallish touring band that, you know, would go into state with a promoter who was another artist or a friend, do the show, sleep on someone's couch. But to us that was huge, being able to do that and travel and, you know, go around the country and meet people. And for us now, it's like we're redoing that all over again with the stuff when we're going overseas. It's sort of like reliving the sort of buzz period we had around 2002, 2003 around Australia in other territories, which is awesome because we can come back here and enjoy like you know, festivals and big shows and that, and we can go overseas and be the struggling band.
And it gives you back your appreciation when a couple hundred people come to a show. You know,
yeah,
you can get spoiled when you sort of continually sell shows out in the territory. So to go somewhere and start from sort of the ground again is, you know, it's refreshing.
And it keeps you hungry as well,
yeah.
I think.
Been there, done that, do it again tomorrow is a scratch from the track Tomorrow Will Do, which is significant at the time because we're all stuck in a day-to-day rut of kind of dead-end jobs at that stage in our life and juggling it pretty badly with music. We're all up till sort of 2 or 3 a.m. recording that album and getting up for work 6 or 7 a.m. and being quite sleepless by the end of each week.
It's the last album that we did that we were all working and studying time and making it in an after-hour period.
But I think especially how much you were working, because Debris was working like 60-hour weeks or whatever, some weeks, to pay for that studio, which did so much for Adelaide hip hop. So many people recorded there and mixed there.
Yeah, it wasn't just us.
I think one day people will look back on that and appreciate how hard you worked to build a place that they could do what they did, give it a home. And I think that's what helped Adelaide, or the scene in South Australia, be so strong, is that they had such a good place to record at.
It got to a point in my life personally where I couldn't juggle work and music anymore, and I was running a courier business at the time, and decided to get out of that and walk the plank into music, and luckily it worked for us. Otherwise I would have been selling my undies to buy my courier van back.
Because his undies are
Yeah, they're really valuable.
quite
really
sought after,
valuable
honestly.
to a lot of people. We got to quit the factory job we were working, and that to tour and to do music professionally, and that's you know, that's bigger than I think some of the big moments.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, well, that's it.
The ultimate.
So the calling became our calling, and that we got to do it professionally and full time as musicians.
Is that ironic?
I was gonna say ironic, but I thought you might shoot me down. That's not ironic. It's like, do I even know what ironic means? I just use it a lot.
Ironic's so ill-defined and difficult to use. I fucking hate that.